Race fans, buckle up. A very warm three-wide TV welcome to the Suzuka circuit for round 8 of the 2025 OSCA World Cup. Tonight, we stay in Japan for the thrilling finale of our 4-race international swing. Drivers will tackle the small but flowing East course for 50 laps per half, same layout as used by NASCAR in the Thunder special races back in 1996 and 1997. A fun fact for you history nerds. I'm Cameron Rich, and here in the booth with James Watson and Carlos Acosta, an undisputed master of cameras, replays, and stealing your girl. That last one unverified. Just last week here at Twin Ring Motegi, chaos reigned supreme as Ryan Lutz and Noah Brown battled through the madness to take the checkered flags at our only non-American oval event. And let's go ahead and get our standings here up on the screen. And it's business as usual, as has been for most of the season. Daniel Gore with an 82-point lead over the new second-place driver, Noah Brown. James Miller dropped to third, then it's Ty McIntosh and Kynan Jones rounding out the top 5. Ray Bracey, Eric Ziegel, Dallas Myhan, and Neil Rudd all remain in the top 10. David Westergreen being the new addition at the expense of Tristan Millette. Team side of things looking much the same as well. And I believe that actually is the same exact graphic as last week, with Redux leading Southern Speedco and TMR there, RKM and Bobby Hammer rounding out the top 5. But we are here in qualifying for this event, and it is business as usual with that as well. Daniel Gore at the top of the charts with a 51.926. He is a little bit over 1/10 of a second quicker than Ty McIntosh in that number 8 Southern Speedco machine, and then it's Ray Brace there in third. But James, another road course event. One of the things that I do love about OSCA is they do have quite a bit of these littered throughout the schedule, and I know that you are pretty good on the road courses yourself. Now, this Suzuka road course is not something you see stock cars on a lot, but I think this East layout is pretty good, and as we already mentioned, one that the NASCAR stock cars have been on in real life previously. But what are these drivers going to be looking for tonight at this place?
You're gonna be looking for rhythm, where basically the entirety of this track is the S's and one small straightaway. So the best way to get through Suzuka, and specifically the S's, is getting on a good rhythm, making sure you're nailing your entry and your exit and just turning in at the right points. So those that can get on a good rhythm and keep on it are gonna be able to dominate this race. Not a whole heck of a lot of passing opportunities. Really, you're just going to be able to try to draft and send it going into turn 1. Maybe if you're already alongside, you can attempt to go side by side through the S's. It's possible. It's definitely a lot more doable in stock cars, obviously, than open wheels or even GTs. So I do hope we'll see a lot of that, because that will be a lot of fun watching these cars attempt to get through these S's side by side.
And we're on board here with DJ Weeks, right at the point where we actually cut right here and take the shortcut back onto the front stretch, as DJ Weeks
gets park there.
He cannot park there for sure. And you would typically go right and then continue here without spinning there. DJ Weeks giving us an additional tour of the Suzuka circuit, their gravel traps there. There's Gilberto Javier Gomera on board with him in the, I believe that's cherry blossoms on that car. So nice little themed paint scheme.
I love it. I love it so much. It's so cool.
Definitely cherry blossom. I do like it as well. It is kind of Japan's thing in a sense, so it's good to see that. There's Ray Bracey. Ray, I'd say he's kind of one of the dark horses on the road courses. He's always going to be there pretty quick, and he's currently P3 right now, 52.215. We'll see if he can improve on that at all. It looks like 52.507 last time around, so a little bit slower, but we could also be getting to the point where the track has lost a little bit of speed, and these drivers are kind of just get what they can out of it for the last 2 minutes of the session. We have 1 minute left, so really, if you haven't started your lap now, it is pretty much already too late. Ray probably on his last lap here, passing the line just a few seconds ago, coming through the S's. This is, I believe, going to be turn 5 here, coming up to turn 6 and then 7.
Uh-oh, no.
Now he's going to abandon it right there. And so probably going to be P3 start for him, unless somebody can throw up a heater and dethrone that position. But 41 seconds, I don't see really anyone on too much of a heater. Aaron Evans out on track currently. I think he's actually the only one. So really, we can make that all but official. I think Aaron, if he were to start his lap now, would actually be able to finish that with the extra time, but we'll have to see. Not sure if it would even matter anyway.
Yeah, I think it's gonna axe in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, yep. So I was incorrect. All right, well, cool. That is the qualifying session complete. We'll go ahead and get the grid rolling here. And I think this is going to be a standing start, if I am not mistaken. It's Daniel Gore on the pole. Ty McIntosh going to line up in P2. Ray Bracey in third. Darren Staff in fourth. I'm going to roll this just a little bit quicker in case we are standing. Noah Brown currently is going to start fifth. Gilberto Javier Gamera in P6. James Miller P7. Dave Carpenter P8. Eric Ziegel P9. And Johnny Eckert is P10. Let the grid roll or catch up a little bit here.
It is standing starts.
Position number 11 is DJ Weeks. Then it's Aaron Evans lining up next to him in position number 12. Dylan Thomas is going to line up in lucky number 13. Next to David Westergreen in position number 14. 15th is Santiago Aguirre. And Thomas Capiano lines up in 16th. Adam Peeler in 17th. Neil Rutt in 18th. Tristan Millette starts in 19th, and the invite car for tonight, Ty Alcas, he starts in position number 20. That's Dallas Myhand and Jordan Tarbell, 21st and 22nd. And then rounding out tonight's field is Patrick Hahey in 23rd place there. So that is your field for tonight's half one of the Suzuka 140, I believe is the race name.
10 seconds.
But 10 seconds until these drivers get the green light to get it going here. And we've seen these standing starts be a little bit chaotic as per the case early in the season. So we probably we'll see what happens here, but
Especially
getting
at
ready to
Road
go.
America.
Absolutely. There's the green flag. We are going here at Suzuka. It looks like a good start for Daniel Gore. Good start also for Ty McIntosh. They're actually going to be side by side here into turn number 1. McIntosh is nose to nose with that 69. 69 on the outside there gets the better launch through the center of the corner. Ooh, contact! Ty McIntosh sideways. Yeah, he's going to lose about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spots here. I think he's continuing to drop that car. Ooh,
Oh no, what in the world? Everyone's
Bad.
wrecking!
That might be a caution.
Bad to
What
worse for Ty.
No
Yeah,
caution
Ty,
from race
the
control.
71 of Dave Carpenter had something happen there, and Ty McIntosh just unfortunately bad to worse. There is the
caution.
caution right there.
Caution now.
The first caution flag in an OSCA road course in as long as I can remember there, but yeah, absolutely the right call, I think, for race control.
Wow, that.
You guys want to see what happens?
Yeah.
Let's re-roll it. If we can get on board with Ty too, we might get a better view on what happened to get him in the spot here.
Yeah,
So he's gonna push out a little bit here and just
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Bumps into the 69 and then he's going. You see all those spots lose, and then Dave Carpenter jump scare 71 just loses it in front of him and just plows into Dave, and then he gets plowed. Oh, just a very awful stretch of, a couple yards for Ty McIntosh.
And Dave, looking at what happened to him here, I don't think really anything external happened to him. He got a little bit of help from the 90 of Eckert. I would say just the ever so slightest tap from behind there. Maybe if we can get on board with Eckert, we'll see that better. But
we'll do it after
definitely
Dave's.
some kind of contact from behind. Big hit there.
I'll try that one again.
Suzuka cameras are quite far away, it seems. Here's the onboard, and
Oh yeah.
Oh, so that's what happened. Eckert got into Dave.
And I think the 71 was a little bit slow. I think he was a little bit slow accelerating off that corner just because of what was going on. But either way, obviously Eckert didn't mean to. It was just a product of a little bit of argy-bargy on the first lap. There's Eckert actually coming into the pits probably to. And he's going to get the EOL for the caution there, so maybe just deciding to get some fuel in the car and maybe change tires or something. But I think we're probably going to shorten the caution here because I think we might do that. Ty McIntosh with quite a bit of damage on that machine, so it's feast or famine for that 8 car this season. He either gets a pretty good run out of it or seems to have some damage. Pulling back into the garage there, you can see right there that right side of the hood is a little bit damaged. The aero flap is pushing out where it's not supposed to, so crew gonna have some work to do there and get that fixed up. But just feast or famine for that 8 machine, and you'd think qualifying second, you're probably looking for a better run there, not a damage after lap 1. So I'm sure he will be able to get some spots here after the restart, but definitely not the way you want to start the race. But it's all smooth sailing for that 69 of Daniel Gore, and I think if he were able to pull it off tonight, it would be his about 100th win in OSCA probably. It certainly feels like it at this point, but it is the gold standard, especially on these road courses. So everybody pushing to try to catch him, and certainly is the case right now. But Ray Bracey, Noah Brown there, both doing a pretty good job. Darren Staff and James Miller also as well. So we'll see if any of those drivers can do anything. We have seen him get beat this season. James Miller at Road America was able to get the dub there. So not impervious to anything, but definitely is a little bit more difficult than normal. But I think we'll look at the pace car here. Is pace car hopefully putting the lights out this time?
Whoa!
By Grayson.
I don't think we can show this
right
on
there.
TV. Race leader Daniel Gore inside of the pace truck driver.
And we'll have something we haven't seen.
Hey, yo.
Excuse me, inside of the pace truck car.
Hey, yo! Well, that's some great content for the other Quick Shifts offsuit.
We're safe. He hasn't done that in a long time.
Don't tempt him.
No! I forgot to start the recording for Bojo.
Oh, no!
All right, recording has started. Sorry about that, Bojo. My bad.
I'll be able to pull it off the broadcast. What do you need?
Hashtag blame Carlos.
Well, we are working lap number 4 here. We'll be lap number 5 once we hit the line here. Pace truck lights are off, so once we navigate these little twisty S's here, we will be going green once again. Hopefully to the end of the race for 50 of these 50-ish second laps once these stock cars get up to speed. So not too long of a lap. It's pretty short and zippy, but it's fun to watch, and it should be a good show. But we are on the last S here before we get going back onto the main part of the track right about here.
As the nondescript pace truck that we all can figure out what it is pulls off.
There he goes. Daniel Gore hard on the loud pedal. He's going to have about a 2, 3, 4 car length lead at the start finish line there. What a great restart for the 69. And he's going to have it all into turn number 1 for himself. But into second place, that's Darren Staff. He gets a great restart and he sends it, I think, a little bit too hard. I think he just keeps it under him.
Oh, wow.
Some people behind him went into the grass, but Darren Staff, he absolutely just shot himself into that turn number 1 and somehow kept it under him. But it's now Gore, Staff, and Bracy.
Yeah. Bracy did it as well. Oh, Ricken in the back. Gilberto. Oh, no.
Oh, yep. Ty Alkus involved. Jordan Tarble. I think we should be able to get this one green still. No.
Oh, no. He got another caution. Oh, and Millet's going off. Oh, and he's towing. Oh, everything's happening right now.
Everything.
Jake just wanted to see those fancy new animations we got.
And they are very nice, I want to say that. But, like, absolutely everything is happening here at this little tiny racetrack. We're only on lap number 6 right now. Had 2 cautions so far. Oh, Brown getting a bump from behind.
Yeah, and you see Staff and Bracy just airmill it here through. Oh, and Brown as well. Didn't know any better. You swear there was oil down there. And then Gilberto, they're 3 wide. That's doesn't work. Yeah.
It almost, well, actually.
Yeah.
It did.
It worked, and then it didn't. Millette into Gilberto.
So the issue was not with the 3 wide, it was after the 3 wide.
Yeah, which I think was another completely different set of 3 wide. Yeah.
That getting called the caution. Dylan Thomas involved, damage there, and then there's Ty Alkus involved in that primer color, number 89.
Yeah, the old test car scheme.
I'm just kind of shocked that this 3 wide wasn't the cause of the caution. It was more so right here, but I mean they all kind of were bunched up and it was a lot of argy-bargy there, but definitely cool to see 3 wide through the S's at Suzuka. Not something you see every day. F1, I guess, eat your heart out with that one, but on board here with Ty, we'll see what he sees. A lot of smoke, and then cars back across the track, and he's hard on the brakes, and it just kicks the car around. Not much you can do there, but I don't think too much damage on that car.
Meanwhile, Millette has completely left the building. The 29 car is no longer in the race.
On the next flight back to the United States.
Yep. And DJ Weeks had dropped from connection issues, but he just reconnected.
Yeah, Millette, just back to him real quick. He had 2 really bad races last week at Motegi, so probably really excited to get back to Daytona of all places, not next week, but in 2 weeks' time. Place where he's actually won at before, so I would say he's on the first flight back home. So pace truck light's still on here. So we are going to have at least 1 more lap of caution as we get the last of the pit stops and let some of the drivers fix up some damage and whatnot they got from the last accident. Not too much of a problem here. These pace laps are relatively short. It's not something like Road America where it can be pretty rough. Waiting like 5 to 6 minutes for a pace lap.
It's been pushed to 1 to green.
Oh, yep, there we go. Pace truck lights are off, so we are going to be getting the green flag here in about 2-3 corners time.
Huzzah.
Just a real quick re-rack of your top 10. It's Daniel Gore, Darren Staff, Ray Bracy, Eric Ziegel, David Westergreen, James Miller, Noah Brown, Dallas Mahan, Santiago Aguirre, and Aaron Evans in position number 10. There's the pace truck off right there. Field is in the hands of that 69. He got a great restart last time. Let's see what he does again. And we are waiting, going. Another great restart for him. He's about 2 car lengths out.
Terrible jump for noted road course skater David Westergreen. He is getting swamped by Noah Brown right now.
Yeah, we almost have some. Ooh, contact!
Oh no!
That's not good.
Oh my goodness!
Only
Okay,
a one-car accident.
Wow, that should have been a hell of a lot worse. My goodness me.
That was about the worst place that could have happened, and I'm sure that if I'm sure the 48 driver has some issues in the cockpit of that car, particularly in the bottom of the seat after that one. But everybody is good to go and is still going straight there. This the battle for the 4th position there. James Miller on Eric Ziegel. Give it to James Miller. Ziegel having some issues through that last corner, number 7. And I was doing some practice on this course earlier. That 7th corner is probably the hardest one on the track because it falls away incredibly a lot. So it's really deceiving how quickly you can go through that. The car just feels like it wants to go, and you get on the gas, and it kind of just pushes out to the gravel. So a lot of discretion required there. But here we are on board with Ray Bracey through turn 2, 3, and 4 here. This S complex here at Suzuka, one of the famous corners at the course. Of course, we don't go to the other ones, the 130R and Spoon complex, which I think are really fun in any car they're in. Just great road course. I'd love to go to this place in real life, just like a bucket list event. I bet it'd be a blast to go to. But Ray Bracey not letting Daniel Gore get away too much right now. The gap is only about 0.5 of a second. It might actually be about 0.4 at the line here. We'll see what it is, but definitely making him earn it right now.
Absolutely. Staff has had some good speed at the road courses before. It's not all that crazy to see him up here battling. Obviously, Ray was able to get by, but you know, Darren's not that bad of a road course driver himself. And I've been listening in. There's been some debate about the start-finish line because originally Bracey and Ziegel got black flags for moving out of line, but the difficult thing here with the ruling, and thankfully finally Vic relented on it, there's actually 2 start-finish lines essentially. You have the main start line right there at the edge of the grid boxes, but the main start-finish line that's used for scoring is a line kind of like right at the back where the grid boxes begin out of the final curve. So after some debate, everyone learned the idiosyncrasies of the track right now and was able to get the misunderstanding taken care of, thankfully.
And here's the battle on track for position number 9. Thomas Capuano and Ty McIntosh going at it. Ty McIntosh was yelling on the radio at Ty, I believe some kind of track limits and I'm there type issue there. There's Ty getting on the inside of Thomas. Not going to quite be able to make the move through this corner using the grass. Getting that front splitter down into the very inside of the last corner there, but not going to be able to make the move this lap. You see a pretty significant gap there between the 7th place driver, David Westergreen, and Noah Brown in 6th, about a second and a half so far. So definitely starting to form some groups in this race. Ray Bracey still about a half second and some change behind race leader Daniel Gore. You're not missing anything at the front currently. And, you know, James, I'm thinking something about that 9 car, but I'm not going to say it till the end of this race because you could probably catch my drift with that one. But, you know, he's there right now. He's on track, and he's having a race. So that's where we'll keep that. We have a battle for position right in front of him. Ziegel and Brown are going at it for the 5th position. I think Brown on the inside, he's going to probably take that position into turn number 1. And yes, he does. Noah Brown moves into the 5th position. So that number 65, Aiken of Justin Marks back in the day. Justin Marks himself, back when he was racing, was a pretty good little road course racer. So I'd say that's a pretty fitting place for that car to run.
Well, the man's small.
Starting to spread out here just a little bit.
Yeah, I've been keeping an eye on this battle right here, the battle between McIntosh and Aguirre. Obviously, Ty on the comeback train after his unfortunate incidents there on lap 1, turn 1.
It's good to see he got at least, from the looks of it, he seems to have gotten most of the damage, at least the damage that would cause that car to not have a lot of speed fixed, because he is able to make some pretty good lap times right now. And you could see right there from on board here with Santi that he was driving it pretty hard, so he's going to have to watch out for those tires. But we are in lap 14. I was talking to some of the drivers prior to the start of the race, and fuel number is about 30 to 33 laps, depending on how you drive it. So I'm expecting most of these drivers are probably going to split it about halfway at about 25. So Ty probably knows that. Probably he might have even gotten tires when he
got
pitted.
me.
Yep, we got you. He might have even gotten the tires when he pitted. So
sorry about that. Having a little
has.
bit of mic issues.
We hear you perfectly fine.
Cool.
And Daniel Gore up at the front has started to do Daniel Gore things. Shane Van Gorsbergen up here has extended his lead up to 1.2, 1.3 seconds over Ray Bracey. So the gap was pretty manageable a couple laps ago, but he has started to pull that away just a little bit. So about 35 laps to go in this heat. We still do have pit stops, so nothing is set in stone just yet. Pit stops are the great equalizer of a lot of things, especially at a track like here where it's a bit of an unconventional pit road and not something most of these drivers would have experience with, being on the stock car side of things. But here we are on board with James Miller. He's currently in position number 4 in a battle with Darren Staff, currently right in front of him. And James Miller, he started back in 7th, so he's made a couple passes on track right now. Darren Staff has as well. He started in 4th, so both these drivers are on the move a little bit. James Miller last lap was about a 10th quicker than Darren Staff in front of him. Actually ran the same exact last lap as Ray Bracey up the road a little bit in position number 2. So lap times are pretty close. And when compared to Daniel Gore, he was actually about a 10th slower than all of these drivers. So maybe starting to get himself into manage mode a little bit with that 1.2, 1.3 second gap. A little bit further on back, 97 of DJ Weeks. He is, that was near the 17th, 16th position. Dylan Thomas, Aaron Evans back there, Adam Peeler as well.
Yeah, nice little Binks design battle. Adam Peeler having a solid run so far.
Aaron Evans just still got to be happy he's still in the race after that huge moment in turn number 1. You don't typically survive a moment where you're sideways against the field into a first corner at a road course like that. So,
no, you are not.
Probably enjoying that. The Capuano McIntosh battle has not gone away. That's currently for 9th, top of your screen there. They're still going at it. And we know that those two loudmouths of the league will say whatever they want. And will put the boxing gloves on for the position. So we'll have to keep an eye on that battle. Probably the best one on the track so far from what I can see. Minus the Binks cars in the back there. But most everyone else has kind of started to spread out. We'll probably be starting to see pit stops here in just a few laps. And being that you can go about 30 to 35 laps, you might see some of these drivers try to short pit a little bit, maybe in about a lap here or two to try to gain some tire advantage here early on in the run. But bottom of your screen, you can see James Miller is still in the trail of Aaron Staff. He has kept that gap about steady. We'll call that about a half a second right now.
Yeah, and you know, that brings up an excellent point. You know, trying to pull an undercut here might not be the worst strategy, because passing is, like we talked about briefly, isn't going to be the easiest thing. So you can be more comfortable doing the undercut in a situation like this, where you're going to have a higher likelihood of keeping the guys behind you and not losing what you've gained.
Absolutely. Here, a little battle here with Dallas Myhan and Santiago Aguirre going at it for position number 10. Santi's going to keep that. Dallas Myhan was all sorts of sideways there out of corner number 7. Was not able to put the power down very cleanly in that number 78 machine, but he's going for a dive here in turn number 1 on Santi. We'll see how that works. I think he was able to keep it under him and maybe push Santi out a little bit on that corner number 2. Give the position to Dallas Myhan. That was a good little pass in turn number 1. And there, like you said, James, there is really not a lot of passing zones. So all the passes that are going to have to be made, you're going to have to do with a little bit of force here, like Johnny Eckert's doing on Santi here.
Oh no! Oh!
Yo, yeah, just a little bit
by Eckert. Oh, and Santi just decides to go into the pits.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad call right there on Santi's part. I think he had enough of that, but we were kind of talking there. Johnny Eckert, he definitely pushed a little close there on Santi. Did not give that 88 car a lot of room and almost paid a heavy price, but he was able to keep the car under him. And, well, yeah. Everybody's able to go further on a little bit.
To respect for both parties, I don't know what they could have done. You know, that particular part where you're cutting through the final kind of sweeping part of the S onto the main straightaway, it's very narrow. Like, look at that. You don't have a whole lot of room to work with. So I don't think there's any way to get through there side by side without making a whole heap of contact. So honestly, that was the best you could hope for in a scenario like that.
It is a very awkward corner. It's hard to see. It's kind of a blind entry. You're coming through the turn 6 before with the left-hander, and then there's not a lot of markers to show you where to actually turn in. So it's kind of a guessing game. And we saw actually Noah Brown get the position on James Miller there, and we'll see what happens here between Johnny Eckert and Santiago Aguirre. Johnny on the inside and able to get the pass.
Oh, netcode.
There might have been some netcode there too. Yeah, I think about a foot and a half of netcode.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
Either way, definitely a good call on Santi's part.
Oh, Miller sideways, and he's drifting into pit road. Wow, that's actually kind of cool.
Gonna get it down to pit road speed, which I actually don't know, but I'm going to assume it's probably something in something kilometers an hour. But looks like he was able to get it down there. Thought James doing a lot of that in practice, so he's definitely got it under control. He got that down.
Patrick Hahi out on track now. He missed the first couple laps. This is going to be his first lap of the race.
21 laps down, so I'd say a couple cautions here and there. He might still be in it. James Miller back on track. Thomas Capuano's in the pits, so that battle that he was having with Ty McIntosh on pause for the moment. We'll see who else decides to come down. None of the front runners, Daniel Gore, Ray Bracey, Darren Staff, they've all decided to stay on track for the time being, and that's as expected. It's not halfway just yet. There is Thomas Capuano coming on track. He is actually going to come out right in front of Darren Staff right now.
Yeah, this is really not ideal if you're Darren Staff. This is perfect for Ray Bracey.
And all things considered, Thomas probably should have the pace advantage. He should be able to blow around this 7 of Ray Bracey here. But the problem being, if he can do that cleanly and do it without causing problems to the others right here. So I'd say, well, Daniel Gore, you saw him in the pits. Good, good best case scenario situation for him. All these drivers are getting held up a little bit.
Oh, boy. Oh, Staff is going to pit. Man, if I was Ray, I would have tried to pit there, but it was just a tough break with Capuano being right there. I don't know if that's going to help Ray or not. I'm thinking not.
There's Dallas Myhand as well coming down. And that's really road racing 101, something you see a lot of when you're watching more European-based road racing series. It's kind of just, hey, if you're near a pit cycle and you're around a slower car, it's better just to pit and try to get out of that mess and not even have to deal with it. So a lot of that happening here tonight. And there's the battle with Noah Brown and Santiago Aguirre. That's kind of a pit cycle right there. Santi has pitted, Noah has not.
And he's changing
now.
it.
We got Peter Short in the
Ray
YouTube
Bracey.
chat.
Hello, Peter. Thank you for the comment. Ray Bracey was also on pit road, so that's going to hand the lead over to Eric Ziegel for the time being. And I think after Eric, it's tie of the front runners, and really it should cycle through here in just a moment. There's Daniel Gore on Peeler. So we cycled these pit stops through.
And see Brown and Bracey off pit road. Oh, being sideways for Thomas off the turn 1 complex.
I don't think so far we've had any notable penalties related to the pit stop. No speeding or anything like that. Hopefully I didn't jinx that just now, but there's Eric Ziegel. Now, what happened to Gore? I maybe my scoring is just being a little bit funky, but I'm showing him.
He's 9th.
Actually,
He's
no.
gonna cycle to 8th.
Yeah,
That's 6th.
he's cycling up. He's ahead of everyone he needs to be right now.
Yeah, it was my scoring being funky because it was showing him 20 seconds behind Bracey for a second. I was like, that's not right. But we're getting it better here. It's cycling through. It's up to P5 right now. It looks like about to make the move on Neil Rutt.
Lovely chat with Neil Rutt over the in-race chatter.
And up there at the top of the screen, I think that would be the effective battle for P2, I believe. Should be Staff, Bracey, and Brown, so that would be P2. So they're about, we'll say that's 10 seconds behind or so, race leader, or effective race leader, once we get this all cycle through Daniel Gore.
Yeah, well, once again, it is clear and calm cruising for the 69 car.
That's 10 seconds with a couple cautions, too.
Yeah. Much to the surprise of anyone, I don't think any one of us would have expected that Daniel Gore would be leading a road course race. You know, now I have seen everything. Oh, I am absolutely dead serious, Carlos. Oh, this is getting spicy. Oh boy.
Yep, and here's Miller. He's now the effective P2. He was able to make that aggressive move on Darren Staff for that position. And here comes Staff on the front stretch trying to cross over back into turn number 1. Certainly possible. We've seen many an incident here over the years in F1 and other series. Staff makes the move, pushes the 09 out. There's plenty of room there, and I think they all make it through safely. That is a double apex corner, turn number 1, so one of the goofier driving experiences in the sim. Now the battle behind Staff between Bracy and Miller. Miller, sideways in the curb off the grass, and everybody is sideways and hitting each other. I think Miller's going to lose out on that pretty significantly. He's lost 2-3 spots on now behind Noah Brown, and yeah, all sorts of sideways there through turn number 3, I believe, and look at all that gravel through turn 7. That is ridiculous.
Seriously, I was just about to say that. Oh, see DJ Weeks on pit road.
He's already 2 laps down, so that might be a unscheduled stop there. There's Peeler coming down. He is in the 13th spot, certainly going to fall a couple spots there. There's Gilbert Javier Gamera in the Cherry Blossom machine. Dallas Myhand going through the field a little bit here. Jordan Tarble coming in. Neil Rutt now pitting. So a lot of, I guess these are our drivers that decided to stretch the field all the way. Coming in now.
Yeah, and they're going to try to see if they can use the overcut. Oh, no, there's contact. Thomas pitted right with Brown right behind him, and Brown hit him. Noah Brown is understandably not pleased at that incident. Boy.
Yeah, I'll have to... I don't think there's too much damage on the front of Noah's car, but certainly, yeah, a bit of an annoying incident on his part, I would have to assume. Looking a little bit closer, I think he should be fine. It was just a little bit of a slight nudge there, but he did lose the spot due to it to Ray there, so not what you want to see. This is a pretty goofy pit road to get on. You can see there's like 2 kind of roads you can kind of sort of take. I mean, one is coned off, but from the car, you know, visibility wise, you have to be going down the right one, and it's kind of a blind entry, especially with the little shortcut they have going through right where the pit road kind of starts.
It's kind of the Red Bull Ring pit road entry on steroids, you know, where you're basically having to slow down and start getting to pit road speed on the racing line. And as we saw, that could be a bit problematic. Thankfully for both parties, it wasn't or anywhere worse for the wear with what ended up happening.
Absolutely, yeah. We've seen a lot of close calls this race, a lot of contact and argy-bargy, as Peter said in the chat, and everybody has seemed to be able to get through it more or less. Aaron Evans, I'd say the best news of the race is that he decided to change his white socks with those blue and red ones. I'm sure Carlos would be very pleased by that, as for what we were talking about before the race. The socks were a little bit blinding, but he's got the red and blue ones on now, and those do seem to have well, he's got P20 pace right now, so I'm not sure if they added any speed, took any out, or did anything, but that is where he is. Jordan Tarble and Ty Alkus on the pit road once again, definitely unscheduled for both of those drivers. We'll see if any of them decide to call it a night. I think probably not going to be. They look like a change of tires and putting fuel in, so Alkus is away, and Tarble looks like he's about to be as well. But there's your confirmation at the left side of your screen. The gap is now 11.5 seconds between Gore and Staff.
Jordan Tarble and Tyler Alkus both got black flags. Tarble got it entering. Ooh. Ty got it exiting.
Oh,
interesting. Okay, well, there you go.
Meanwhile, we were watching that battle. Noted road course hater David Westergreen holding off noted road course lover Johnny Eckert.
Are we sure we're in the right timeline? Right. Well, there he goes, Johnny Eckert on the inside. A bit of a send, and I say that it was not that much of a send. He's able to do the move pretty easily. So move Eckert up to P8, and you know, I'd say for Johnny Eckert, I hate to say this, it's a little bit of a disparaging comment, I think, but I would have expected him to be a little bit up further in the field than P8, because we see Johnny typically in the top 3. So, probably not a whole lot of practice for that 90 car. Probably just a bit of a last-minute entry type deal for him. As far as I know, I don't think he has the time like he used to. So that could be a big part of the situation there. But definitely, we are very excited to seeing the 90 up in the top 3 of these road course races. So hopefully we can see that again. Maybe even in half number 2. Maybe that's what he's kind of banking on here with the 10 car invert we're going to see. He would be starting 3rd right now, so that's a pretty good starting spot to be in. But he hasn't done anything too crazy or anything. Just has not had the outright speed that we would typically expect with that number 90 machine. We're on board here with Noah Brown in position number 4. He has been in a battle with Ray Bracey for about the last 20 or so laps of the race. It seemed like for a while now, and has not been able to do anything with that number 7 machine just yet. You see some kanji on the back of that 7.
Yeah, and Ray also kind of congeed some of the grass on exit, and that's going to cost him some speed. Oh no, with the massive sand around the outside. Oh my goodness, and he's going off. Wow, yeah, too much of a send for Noah Brown.
He saw the runoff out there, and he was like, I'm gonna try to use that, and it almost worked. He just was a little bit too much of a send, but I gotta applaud the effort there on Noah's part. That was something absolutely incredible. The drive he got through that. I'm sure Ray was a little bit confused at what he saw for a sec, because that 65 was so much quicker on quarter entry. But you can see, I think the rear tires on that car are just kind of gone now. So he's probably going to be paying the price for a couple laps for that move. And Ray's going to probably get a little bit of space on that. But Darren Sapp ahead of both of these two, just kind of chilling, running his race right now. Nothing too dramatic on his end. He's got some gap behind that 45 machine. Has done a great job all race, started in 4th, and has not really had anything speak of, good or bad, just has had a solid 2nd place run so far. 12.6 seconds currently behind this number 69, painted like the old Jaguar GTP car from the early 90s.
The XJR9, my beloved. Such a gorgeous car.
What a track for this to be, for this paint scheme to be at, though. I'm pretty sure that car ran at this track back in the day. So, it's definitely working. You can see the lap time splits there. Daniel Gore is a little bit. Is that showing that? Oh yeah, so that's showing that Darren, Staff, and Bracey are both slower.
So that is an unintentional middle finger. You go ahead and close that.
Oh, I can't wait to see that on quick shifts. Might try to turn that into a sticker.
As Danny goes through the last corner here, he's going to make this right turn back onto the front stretch. Let's go ahead and see let's get an onboard with him. Let's see what he's doing, and let's see what he's doing. 12 point something seconds, now 13 seconds better than the rest of the field. So down here into turn number 1, this is a 4th gear front straight. Gonna probably downshift to 3rd and then 2nd right about here. Flipping that apex out to the outside. There's another curb over there, then back to the inside. Double apex, turn number 1. Always provides some interesting turn 1 action in Formula 1. And then start of the S's here, 1, 2, and then 3.
Obligatory. If you no longer go for a gap, you are no longer a race car driver.
Yes.
Thanks, Ayrton, for that lovely quote.
My second favorite racing quote. Right behind If Gap Car, Michelle Shoemaker.
Yeah, that quote that many a sim driver have lived and made their personality off for the last 30 some years. So I was actually watching a podcast about that very incident a couple of days ago, and still the opinions, that incident happened in 1990 I believe. So we're talking 35 years after the fact. Still the opinions very split on that. Just shows you Racing is a sport, and it is a sport that many people have opinions on, and those opinions are all wildly different from each other, and that's the joy of it, because everybody thinks differently. But if there's Eric Ziegel, we're talking about consistency and such like that. Eric Ziegel has been about 5th, 6th place all race, has had a very consistent race. We saw that at Road America as well. He was very consistent there, just kind of not the outright speed of the Daniel Gores, Darren's staff of the field, but just good enough. I'd probably say even, stellar compared to most of the modified drivers group, most of his teammates and such that typically run on the short tracks. He's shown a lot more of the road course aptitude than most of the others of that team. So Eric Ziegel having a great run here in P5 currently. Behind him is Ty McIntosh. Ty McIntosh has been through hell and back this race and been able to make something of it. Started in P2 and it really went awry on lap 1 after turn 1. And has been kind of in the comeback mode since then up to the position number 7. But trying to make the move on Johnny Eckert, trying to get 6th back.
And meanwhile, while this battle is going on, the battle for P2 is heating up. Look at this. All 3 of them nose to tail. Oh, Brown looking to the inside of Bracy. Oh, I don't know if that's a smart move. They're surviving. Yep. Ray's going to have the momentum and he's going to clear again, but not quite. Here comes Noah.
Noah using that side draft a little bit down the front stretch. He's actually going to be able to make the move. Ray, I think, wiser to let out of that just a little bit and let Noah take the corner, but see if Ray can do something on the comeback. I don't think so just yet. He's going to have the S's to deal with, which, as they navigate these lap cars, it's a little bit sketchy. I believe the next one down the road is Dylan Thomas in that 03. The highlighter painted machine that kind of sort of somewhat looks like a Braun GP from back in the day, if you look at it a certain way.
Yeah, if I squint my eyes and turn upside down, perhaps.
On board with Noah, and he's had a great view of these battles all race, has been around the back half of the top 3 to 5th position or so, and right on the back bumper of that 45 of Darren Staff. Darren Staff
we're going to be 3 wide. Whoa, whoa. We lived.
No, he's looking tight on Darren. Darren is not giving that position up, and Darren Staff actually has done a very good defensive race so far, keeping those 2 drivers behind him, who I believe at times have shown more speed, but Darren has been unpassable for a few laps here. Here's Noah trying to make a move through turn 7, just a hard corner to get the power down, and you see Darren getting the run off there, gonna help his case to keep that position number 2 on lockdown for the time being. See Darren locked in.
Yeah, Darren seems to be best in all the corners you need to be. Like you said, they're faster than him through the S's, but they can't really set up a pass. But he's so good at getting off of the final corner. He stretches out the gap just enough to where they can't really make a move. So their only recourse is to hope for a mistake or try to send it here. But as long as Darren keeps hitting his marks where he needs to, he's not going to really have to worry about that move. Although it might be a nerve-wracking, this view.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, right here, he's making the move on inside. Let's see what he can do here. If Noah can get the power down, which he absolutely cannot. That car is all sorts of sideways, but so is Darren, actually. And maybe the best run is now Ray Bracy in that 3rd position of the group. But not going to have enough time or space to do something. Here comes Noah on the inside, looking for a bit of a send. He's going to use all of the racetrack out to the outside curb there. Not going to be able to do much, but these drivers definitely giving it their all. These last 6 laps, not a whole lot of time to go. That's about, 6 minutes, like 5.5 minutes, maybe even, of racing time left here. So The passing spots, few and far between. It's really about 2 good ones at this racetrack, and I'd say good ones with a bit of an asterisk next to that because they're not sharp corners. They are just corners that you can make a bit of a hopeless send up or a dive or something like that, and maybe something will happen, but no guarantee. So Noah Brown actually kind of looking like he might have the inclination to use the bumper through the last corner. I don't know. We'll see if that comes to be, but that would certainly be an interesting development on that 45 and 65 battle here. Looking through the field, I don't think there's anything else with this level of intensity at the moment.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. Gilly and Miller are fighting pretty hard.
They certainly are. Yep, I just found that one. That's for 11th. The purple and pink cars in the field, which I wish we had more of. Underrated color combination on a race car. Miller on the outside there. He's going to actually not lose the spot to Gilly. Gilly already had it, but not going to get it from Gilly.
Oh,
Battle for second heating up.
Oh, I think Noah's got him, and now Ray's trying to follow through.
This is good stuff for second. Noah got a great run through the last corner. Got the power down, but Darren Staff not going to give it up easily, and now he's under fire from Ray Bracy. Ray Bracy on the inside there, and we'll see what he can do. We know Ray's not going to do anything too incredibly aggressive.
Yeah, he clears. The Darren was the first of this trio to pit, and you're starting to see the effects. I think the tires of that 45 car are gone, and now he's got to worry with Eric Siegel, who suddenly appeared out of nowhere.
Yeah, he has actually somehow got into this battle that has extended all the way up to position number 2. So we'll see what he can do. On board with him through corner number 7. Probably where Darren has been struggling a little bit right now. Right there, he got a pretty good run off, so he's able to cover that position from behind on Ziegel, but only 3 laps to go here. Not a lot of time for Ziegel to make his move if he's going to make one. Into turn number 1, he's a little bit sideways, keeps it in check. Noah Brown has gotten just a little bit of breathing room in front of the 7. Not a whole lot.
Oh, and look at Ray. He is really heating up the back of Brown now. Ray finished 1 lap after Noah Brown.
Yep, well, you can see. Ooh, almost some contact there.
Ray tried to get the crossover going, but Noah shut the door.
Yeah, Ray, he ran a wide entry or wide line through turn number 7, and if that was anybody else in that 7 car, the 65 probably would have been turned, but Ray just not the driver that is going to do something like that. So a lot of respect showing between these two. And if Ray's going to make the pass, he's going to make it cleanly, which I can admire and respect 110%. Here, he might be right here, actually.
Oh! Yeah, you saw that 65 get big sideways. Ray tried to go around the outside, but it's not going to work. And now he's going to have to defend from Staff, who's alongside.
Right up here into turn number 7. Ooh, a little bit of contact. Not a whole lot of room to work with there between those two drivers, and Staff's going to get the run. So that did not work for Ray Bracy at all. He made the move and it backfired. Actually ended up in him losing the spot to Darren Staff. So I think Noah looking pretty good for position number 2 right now.
Yeah, Ray's sending it. He's sliding. Oh! Second and they're going off into the grass.
It's happened again. Aaron Senna and Prost, part 2, just 35 years later. And they're both going to lose out on that currently. Eric Ziegel in position number 3 right now. And all this happening 21.5 seconds behind Daniel Gore, who's actually going to win the race now. He's already on the front stretch. And there you go. Half number 1 goes to Daniel Gore.
Not the checkered flag, Santi. That's not the line.
Oh, what the world is Santi doing?
Santi spun it on the false start-finish line.
We'll have to go back and see what happened there between Bracy and Staff, but that was certainly a move of race cars of all time.
Yeah.
On the bottom there, just loses the rear. I mean, just
yeah.
He set it in too much.
Yeah, he had to carry so much speed in to get the move done that you see he's immediately wheel hopping and just slides right up into Staff. Fortunately, then to a great battle.
Yeah, basically, as soon as he started braking for that corner, it was all over. That car was not going to have enough braking capability. Once the rear kicked out a little bit, and they were both going to go off. So it's good. It's good they didn't both spin out and lose even more. Just about really one spot for both of them, but that was a great battle and just pretty good race all around. I mean, Daniel Gore with the 20 seconds on the field, but behind we saw a lot of racing and a lot of good racing. So really fun time there. I will see if I can find Daniel, get his interview out of the way, and maybe someone else while we have some time.
Yeah, it allows us to at least catch our breath a little bit after a crazy first half.
As we know, half twos tend to be even wilder. So
yeah,
we'll keep our pants buttoned up for that. But half one results: Daniel Gore, he is 21 seconds ahead of his teammate Noah Brown in the end. And it's Eric Ziegel who benefited from that move between Staff and Bracy, that little argy-bargy there on the final lap. He gets position number 3. Staff and Bracy are 4th and 5th. Johnny Eckert comes home in P6. David Westergreen, a great run for him. I can finally say it. He had a great run today in 7th. One of the best road course runs we've seen for him. See if he can replicate that in half number 2 with a 4th place starting position. Ty McIntosh in P8, he had a rough outing in the first half, and we will definitely see if he can do better in half number 2. Dave Carpenter, position 9 in half number 1. That's a great run for him. Thomas Capuano in half 10, position 10 in half 1. That's a good run for him. He's he typically doesn't do road courses at all, but he actually tackled the right turns here tonight and did a little run for the 21. He's going to start on the pole for half number 2. And then rest of the field, Gilberto Javier Gamera in position 11. Dallas Mayan in 12th. James Miller, he fell down to P13 in the end. Santiago Aguirre down to P14. P15 is Neil Rutt. Dylan Thomas in 16th. Adam Peeler in 17th. Aaron Evans in 18th. Ty Alkus in 19th. DJ Weeks 20th. 21st is Jordan Tarbell. Patrick Hahey, 22nd, and Tristan Millette in 23rd. All right.
As we're watching here, waiting for the warm-up to pass, Aaron Evans is turning the track into a Toge-style drift track. Geary as well.
Should we bring the half 1 winner?
We sure should. Hey, Daniel Gore.
Hey.
Daniel Gore, this is Cameron Rich up in the booth. Got a copy?
I got you.
All right. Well, your 100th interview of the season so far already. We already know what you're going to say. No, I'm just kidding. How was it out there?
Yeah, it was, I don't know, I feel bad for the very beginning, the tie. I felt like I left enough room, but I'm not too sure. I'd have to look back at it. But after that, it was just a tire shredder. It was like a cheese grater out there. And I think that kind of showed with the gap at the end of the race. I mean, thankfully, I saw James come in and I pit like a lap after him. I didn't want to get undercut. And that was the right move, I think. Passing here seems pretty tricky. But no, overall, it was a pretty good race. happy to be back here. I love a good road course, as you know. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was an absolute slog behind you between Noah, Darren, Ray, Eric. They were all kind of going at it, bouncing off each other, beating and banging. So, probably a bit of a different experience than you had. But I mean, you started on the pole, really kind of controlled the race from lap number 1. Like you said, there's not a lot of passing opportunities, so you will have to at least pass 9 cars here in half number 2. What's your strategy for that? Just kind of take it easy a little bit, or are you going to try to be aggressive?
Take it easy one at a time. We'll see. Maybe we'll do something with the pit strategy this time. But I think splitting it down the middle was honestly the best call. I wanted to go 1 lap further, but I didn't want to get trapped behind James. So we'll see how it turns out this time with the people I'm around and where we end up on track.
We'll start behind Noah too, so
Fun.
hopefully no certified Redux racing moments that will...
Had a few of those already this season.
Yes, we have, but hey, that's what makes it fun. So,
you need to
Before
explain
we
to
let
Santi that this track has 2 start-finish lines, and that if he's gonna do donuts, he has to make sure he crosses the second one so he can actually finish the race.
No, did he?
Yeah.
I didn't see him.
yeah, he messed it up.
Let's have a look. Oh yeah, he certainly did.
You need to make like one of those HR videos, like those cheesy HR videos showing him where the correct start finish line is or something like that. So anyway,
The high energy backing track to add to it. do 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 do.
I'm cringing just thinking about that right now.
I have that effect on people.
I put it in the team meeting.
Well, before we let you go, any shout outs you want to give?
Gordon, my team, you guys. Keep it simple.
All right. I'm definitely sure we will be talking to you again at the end of this half too, but a little bit more work you have to do. So
We'll see. It's going to be a little crazier this time around.
as is per the case usual for half number 2, but good luck out there. 3 more minutes. Go do what you need to do, and we will see you out there for another standing start. Which I love standing starts, watching them. I did one a few weeks back, and it was about the worst thing I've ever did. I screwed it up completely. And I got the standing part of the start correct. I just did not actually do the whole like getting going part pretty well. So these drivers, yeah.
I want to give a shout out to Bojo because he is right now he's messing up, but he did a whole lap backwards, and he's going fast enough where the roof flaps are starting to deploy. He's got that backwards confidence.
Skills.
He was kind of straight lining those S's too, so kind of almost making this into a true oval in a way. Oh, he's right there in the back of Santi. I want to give a quick shout out to all of our chatters. I know I think it's just Peter right now, but hey, if anyone else wants to join us, that would be awesome. Got about a minute and a half here remaining in this warm up where most of these cars, you're not seeing anything wrong. They are backwards, they are in reverse, and I believe at some point in the not too distant future, we will be having a race where these drivers will have to race like that. Well, that is to be determined. Santi into the wall, pretty hard there. His backwards run has come to an end. Darren Staff giving a crack at it. Darren Staff and Ray Bracey had some words for each other at the end of half number 1. Typically, two drivers that we haven't seen a whole lot of history between each other. But given the circumstances, it is very understandable that they would be talking to each other about what happened, but
Yeah,
racing deal is a racing deal.
Yeah, and Darren's rightfully, upset about that.
It's also a thing. I would have to give Bojo the benefit of the doubt here. He makes one aggressive move like per season, and I think he kind of earned that one a little bit. Wouldn't say it didn't really work out, but just sometimes it doesn't. That's racing, so it's just not something that we see a whole lot of from Ray all the time. Is moves like that. So I think we can forgive it just a little bit.
Yeah, and as far as something like that goes, Darren only lost one spot.
Right, and yeah, at the end of the day, that's what happens in racing. You make a move, and sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it does, and really, that wasn't the most egregious thing we've seen in OSCA at all. Even in that race. So.
Yep.
We'll see if we can get another one of those here. We've got 50 more laps of this East Suzuka course. On the pole is going to be Thomas Capuano. And next to him is Dave Carpenter. We saw him go spinning off on turn number 1 there in an incident with actually third place starter Ty McIntosh. And there's Dave Westergreen starting in 4th. He had a good run half number 1. We'll see if he can replicate it. Johnny Eckert starts in 5th. Ray Bracey starts in 6th. 7th place is going to be Darren Staff. Eric Ziegel will line up in 8th. 9th and 10th is going to be the Redux teammates of Noah Brown and Daniel Gore. So these two are going to have some work cut out for them to get through the field, but I'm sure they will be able to do it. Gilberto Javier Gomera, he starts in position number 11 next to Dallas Myhand in 12th. 13th is going to be James Miller lining up next to Santiago Aguirre. Neil Rutt and Dylan Thomas, that's row number 8, 15th and 16th. 17th and 18th is going to be Adam Peeler and Aaron Evans. Ty Alkis and DJ Weeks going to line up 19th and 20th. And it's Jordan Tarble and Patrick Hahey in 21st and 22nd. And Tristan Millette round out the field. I don't think he's actually going to make the start for half number 2 here in a position number 23. So 29, from what I can see, is retired from the event. So 22 cars are going to take half number 2 here. And as soon as about 5 seconds ago.
Oh boy, let's see how this one's going to go.
Should be a good one. Another OSCA standing start. We'll see how Thomas Capuano and Dave Carpenter do it. Green flag is out. Looks like a good start for both of them. So moving on back with a good start for the 09 of Miller. We were thinking about 3 wide a little bit further on back, but they thought better of it. And I think through turns 1 and 2, Gilberto is off a little bit. There's Darren Staff, but I think we have made it for more or less through. They're still trying, but I think we've made it through corners 1 and 2 so far.
Yeah, we've gone a lot farther without a caution than we did in the first half.
I think we can call that a good start. Yep.
Yay!
So it's Thomas Capuano leading. There's already tons of gravel there through turn 7 back onto the main straight of this Suzuka course. And it is Thomas Capuano. We'll let scoring reset there. Thomas Capuano, then Ty McIntosh, Johnny Ecker, Dave Carpenter, and Ray Bracey, your top 5. Definitely a lot cleaner of a start than half number 1. That is a rare statement in OSCA. Here's Ty McIntosh. Thomas Capuano missed the corner in turn number 2 just a little bit. Ty's going to have a look there, but not quite able to do it. But I definitely think that move is going to be made here before too long. Ty looking through turn number 3 here. And I think that's going to be a cut and dry.
Yep.
Back to third goes Thomas Capuano, and now the battle for the lead with Johnny Eckert and, spinning his Bracy.
Oh, no, Ray going around in the back.
Back in turn number 6 there, and he's going to be able to get it going, but that is a huge track position loss. Back down to about, I'm seeing about 20th position for that number 7 of Ray Bracy, so not what he wanted to see, and now he has it all to do in front of him.
Absolutely, just a nightmare start to this second half.
We have a change for the lead. Johnny Eckert has gotten around Ty McIntosh. Putting that... trouble. David Westergreen.
No to road course hater David Westergreen.
Ty Alkison there as well. You saw Ray Bracy, so these two cars even further in the back than Bracy was, so they have as much work to do as he does. But up here at the front a little bit, it's all Johnny Eckert for the moment. He was able to get around that number 8 machine in, I believe it was turn 2. There's Staff and Carpenter going at it for the 5th position. Staff's probably going to get here into turn number 1. Yes, he takes sole position of it. And here comes Daniel Gore. He's making the charge currently, as our paint schemes are currently resetting.
Meanwhile, you see Eckert ahead of McIntosh now. Daniel Gore making his way up. I saw a Miller monster trucking over the curbs there in that 1S.
Yeah, you can really use a lot of curbs here, but only in certain corners. I saw that while practicing, and it gets a little bit goofy at certain points where the car wants to kind of hop out of its way and kind of go off into the gravel. But it's not hard to figure out. It's just one of those things. It's really the right hand corners where it doesn't like the curves for some reason. So whatever reason.
And it's just wild seeing as you see Brown going way wide. It's just wild seeing them jump on the curbs like that, because this is a grade 1 circuit. These curves are designed with F1 in mind and to be easy for those cars. So seeing these things monster truck over it's kind of jarring, honestly.
Absolutely, it's all really just seeing stock cars at a track that F1 runs at was it's always one of those things. And that the first time NASCAR went to COTA. Darren Staff off in turn number 7. He's going to lose 2 spots. I think 2 so far. He's going to slide in right behind or right next to Noah Brown's left rear quarter panel here and going to battle for that position into turn number 1. But first time NASCAR went to COTA, it was kind of it was one of those things that was like, you kind of expected it just because NASCAR is what it is and COTA is the quote-unquote premier road course in North America. But it was still kind of a culture shock.
Speaking of monster truck, Brown hit the curb and slid up into Staff and kind of put Darren off of the track. You saw he smacked that curb and it just completely upset the 65 car.
But they are all straight right now. Daniel Gore up to P4. He has gotten himself about, you can see him way up there, about 1, 2, 3 cars ahead of this battle.
Poor Darren's getting bodied tonight.
Yeah, and sometimes it do be like that at these road courses. Dave Carpenter there in P9, having a good little run for that 71 machine. Behind him, Santi's having a good run in P10. So, yeah, definitely a bit of a calmer start to the race than half number 1 was, but we've got it going here pretty well, and 7 laps coming to 8 so far, and the battle for the lead has not really calmed down. It's still Ty McIntosh sniffing the rear bumper of that 90, about a 0.3 of a second gap right now, and it's been about that since they've been in that position. A little bit further on back, that's the 66 of Neil Rutt. He's in the 12th position with the 48 of Aaron Evans in chase.
Is he on the phone? He was texting.
was certainly texting. Caught in
Don't text
4K
while
right there.
drive, kids.
Have to get that in the video for Ray. A little
Along
PSA.
with like, yeah, or along with like a little fake text message of what Neil might have been sending. I'll leave that up.
Hey,
I'll
you
leave that
up?
up to Ray's imagination.
I'm free after the race. What you doing? You up?
The newly engaged Neil Wright. By
Oh,
the way.
never mind. I'm sorry, Neil.
Off the market, Neil Wright.
I did not know he was engaged. Congratulations, Neil Rutt.
I think we brought that up last week.
He's on the phone.
The multi-talented Neil Wright, who can text while
Eyes on
driving.
the road, Neil. Come on.
Now just imagine if he wasn't texting while driving. He might gain like 3 spots or so out of that.
Just imagine what else he drives and texts. Is he texting while driving the modified? Is that how he ended up with the wall that one time?
Yep. Stuffed into the pit wall at I think it was Wall Speedway, because he was texting and driving. Yeah, that would check out right there. Battle for the 3rd position, Neil Wright. Jesus. Okay, well, it's Daniel Gore and Eric Ziegel going at it currently. Daniel Gore doing kind of what he told us he would do, just a slow, steady climb through the field on the inside. In turn number 1 on that 5 of Ziegel, I think that's going to be a pretty orderly affair. Give it to Daniel Gore, and now he's in the podium. So he'll be in the battle for the lead here pretty soon. It is only 1 second ahead of him right now. Ty McIntosh and Johnny Eckert.
Oh, Capuano into Carpenter, and he's going around.
Oh, yep. Dave's saying over the radio car, "Hi, Tom." And, well, I mean, the replay doesn't lie.
Let's take a look
There
at
was a
everything.
car high there.
Yeah.
And really, I mean, through all that, the only person affected was Tom. Nobody else really involved in that. So Tom falling back to the about 15th, 16th position through that little exchange. Battle for the lead has heated up. Now we got 3 drivers going for it. I think the 69 of Gore is probably going to get that number 8 machine here before too long. Looks very quick, to the surprise of no one.
Now, it's painted like a iconic, classic Le Mans winner. Are we sure that he's not actually driving the actual car? Because it's kind of hard to tell at this point.
That's a good shout there. Just kind of running at like 10% pace, you know, just to make it not seem too suspect. But we get, there's obviously some ground effects going on, maybe like 900 horsepower from a turbo V6 in that engine or in that machine going on. On board with Daniel. Good little perspective here going through the S's. He is side by side with Ty McIntosh right now, and they are not giving each other any kind of leeway. And Gore hanging it around the outside there. You can do that at these S's. It is a track that allows that. And here's James Miller in the battle. All of a sudden, he's there as well. Now he's out around the 8 of Ty McIntosh. Where did the 09 come from? James Miller showing all sorts of speed right now. Started back in the 13th position. Now he is up to 3rd, right behind that 69 of Daniel Gore.
Whoa, Miller got a little sideways as we cut away.
I think both those drivers choosing to do the slow coming through the field strategy and not trying to buzz those tires or make them too incredibly angry. But now the battle between McIntosh and Ziegel. It's pretty good here. Noah Brown there as well. So We know these three drivers are going to be slogging it out before too long.
Yeah, I think it's just a little more spread out than what we saw in half one. I guess that's what happens when you don't have a couple cautions to help things.
And the battle
You
for
see
the lead.
Gore. Yeah, you said it. Battle for the lead heating up. Gore trying to get by Eckert this lap and set sail.
It's the OSCA Road Course King circa 2022 or 3, and then this OSCA Road Course King circa 2025. Johnny Eckert and Daniel Gore going at it currently. And definitely, I think that 69 has a lot more speed than the 90, and I think that 09 has a lot more speed than 92, because as we go on board with him, Daniel not being able to get around Johnny has brought James into the battle here. So we'll see if he can make that move here into turn number 1. Not quite just yet. Plenty of room on this racetrack. Just really a matter of where you can keep the speed up in the car while using it. So turn 2 here, turn 3 coming up. All these switchbacks just really affecting your positioning when you need to make a move here. This is the corner we saw, I believe it was Eddie Irvine back in the 90s go around the outside on like 3 cars. 95, 96, something like that. But he made like 3 positions up around the outside of that corner. So
yeah, and while we're talking about iconic moments here for F1 at Suzuka, I can never forget Raikkonen going around the outside of Fisichella, turn 1, final lap to take a dominant win from, I think it was 18th. Aaron Evans going around right in the middle.
He is in a bit of a precarious spot there, right in the middle of turns 1 and 2. There's not a lot of space or visibility there, but he gets it going and keeps it on the inside of the track there. Battle for the lead still is hot, as well as the battle for 4th there with McIntosh and Ziegel and Brown. So it really starting to heat up a little bit here, James. Calmness that we were seeing a few laps ago, I think not for much longer. But back to what you were saying, yeah, that's the 05 Japanese Grand Prix. I remember watching that when, that was back when races just always came on at like 4 a.m. no matter what. Where they were at in the world, it was 4 a.m. if you lived in America. So I was like in 5th grade at that time, and I remember just watching that on Speed Channel at like 4 a.m. and it was great.
Yeah, I was not into F1. In fact, in 2005, the only racing I was actually into was drag racing at the time. It wasn't until like the next year and the next 2 years when I really started to branch out to other motorsports. But as a Raikkonen fan, even though I wasn't watching live at that point, that pass and that whole race brings me a lot of joy.
I remember pretty vividly Daniel Gore looking on the inside into turn number 1. Not quite going to have, I think, he's got his nose in there. We'll see if he can get the drive. He's certainly got his, certainly has his nose there, but Daniel Gore around the outside, inside again. I think he's going to get it. Yes, sir, he does. So move that number 69 into the lead. That might be all she wrote for everybody after that one, because he muscled his way around the outside to take that lead from the 90 of Johnny Eckert. Now Johnny Eckert's under fire from the 09 of Miller here into turn 7. Good piece of road course driving from all 3 of those guys there.
Yeah, these are arguably the 3 most decorated road course drivers in OSCA. All the dominance Johnny had, all the dominance Gore has, and no disrespect to James Miller, he's won quite a few road races himself, being able to be practically the only one to really outduel Daniel Gore on a road course. You know, the cream of the crop rising to the top right here.
Absolutely. And it's what you would expect here at this stage in the race, getting on lap 19, about to be lap 20, and I mean we're at lap 20. We're gonna be thinking about pit stops here before too long for these top few drivers. We saw them all pit at halfway in half number 1. I wouldn't expect anything different here in half number 2. And already Daniel Gore with the 1 second lead on Johnny Eckert. So as long as nothing biblical happens, no network or hardware issues, that 69 of Gore probably has put the cruise control on and decided to have a cup of tea. Thomas Capuano a little bit further on back.
Yeah, he's a lap down.
Oh, what happened to him? Let me see if I can figure that out. He pitted for some reason.
Didn't he spin out earlier?
He sure did. Ty McIntosh going on the radio at Thomas. Not happy with him right now. Ty was thinking about something there and thought better of it. I saw
There was contact.
I saw the inclinations of something big happening there, and then I saw the second guessing. So I think Ty's gonna let that 21 go now that Thomas is a lap down, and barring a caution, that's pretty much where he's gonna finish in the race.
But you know, never say never, as we've already seen 2 cautions tonight as Miller on pit road. Not quite as impressive as his pit entry from half 1, where he was drifting the entirety of the entryway.
Just a small drift there, so definitely probably a little bit quicker and a little bit safer option there for James Miller this time around. Thomas Capuano is got himself in a precarious position here in the battle with the leaders. He's kind of up there in no man's land. Probably not being too, I don't think all the drivers around him are too happy that he's there, so he's gonna have to figure out something here. Maybe either pick the pace and get around Johnny, or maybe
Leader pit road.
get out of the way.
Dylan Thomas got a black
Right
flag.
there. Johnny's gonna let Thomas go.
So you know what, maybe trying to set up a run on Ty.
A little bit of contact between 65 and 8. And Noah Brown into the pit road right there. He decides to peel off in lap 23. We had some race control discussion going on about pit rules and speeding penalties and the like. Here's James Miller. He's come out of the pits right behind the 69 of Daniel Gore.
Yeah, so this is not, I don't know if this is an ideal scenario or not for James Miller, because he's losing speed to Gore, but then he also might be costing Gore speed if he tries to pass him. I don't know.
He would
I
probably
feel like
want
this
that
is an
second part.
oxymoron.
Yeah, Gore, I mean, he pitted 2 already, so obviously they both are back here together, but it was an early pit stop. Johnny Eckert in the grass a little bit. I don't think that's going to be too bad. I don't think he's going to get an unsafe penalty for that. But a bit of an early pit stop for Daniel, I think. He pitted on lap 25 in half number 1, and it was lap 23 here. I guess it shouldn't matter too much, but we'll have to see what everybody else does in the race. Just an insane amount of gravel there through turn 7. Every time the cars go through there, they're just kicking it all over the place.
It's so bad. You need a leaf blower or something.
Your leader, Ty McIntosh, he's got a 2.2 second lead over Ziegel. They have not pitted yet. Eckert, Staff, Carpenter, really all the way down to Daniel Gore. Nobody has pitted yet. Ray Bracey has been on pit road. He's back in the 16th position right now. About 17 seconds behind the effective race lead. Dallas Myhan's on pit road.
It's like Dylan Thomas. So when do you think Ty McIntosh decides to bring that 8 car onto pit road?
At the time being, it looks like he's probably going to stretch it long. So I'm going to expect him on probably lap 30 or 31. Because really, if you're going to stretch it past halfway, you really might as well stretch it all the way. Ooh, almost some contact there with the 78 of Myhan. Between Myhan and Ty, that was almost a... knowing Ty, that probably was a situation that required a bit of a what the heck are you doing, but everybody is. All right, so far, there's Darren Staff on pit road. He decides to bring it in on lap 27. And we would be expecting the rest of the field to cycle through in about 5 or so laps. Ty Alkus, the lights driver who's making his first start tonight. As an invite. A little bit further on back, that's Patrick Hahey. Currently in position number 9. He'll be in the pits before the lap is all said and done. Daniel Gore, your effective race leader, once we get this all sorted out, he would have a 1.1 second lead on James Miller once we cycle through.
Meanwhile, we see Ray Bracey on the comeback train, trying to get by Weeks for now P12, now that Patrick he's pitting.
And leader pit road, there is Ty McIntosh. He decides to come on 28, so a little bit earlier than I thought, but there he is. Bottom of your screen, he just passed the pit entry. So that's going to give the lead to Eric Ziegel. He's going to stay out for a couple more laps. Gilberto Javier Gomera, he's going to stay out for a couple more laps, as does Westergreen. So once those 3 pit, it should be back in the hands of Daniel Gore.
Nope. And we saw Dylan Thomas on pit road earlier. It was an extended stop, and that's enough to cause the driver of the 03 to pack it up and fly back to the States.
Yep. First class. That's probably an economy ticket right there. David Westergreen has not pitted yet. James Miller just got around him. Ty McIntosh there on the screen. He's currently running behind the 71 of Dave Carpenter. And that, I believe, is going to that should be about P10 once we cycle through. Santee is way out in the gravel there, still trying to keep it straight.
It's gonna
about 2-3 spots.
Yeah, see the 7 going by now.
There's Ty, he cycles through to the 10th position. Gilberto Javier Gamera in the 99. He is the last driver to not pit, I believe.
Yeah.
Because Eric Ziegel has come down,
Westergreen,
so now we're just waiting on Billy.
Oh no, noted road course hater David Westergreen. Oh, that's heartbreaking.
It's speeding on entry or unsafe, probably.
Entry pit road because he's still in the stall.
He was having a good run. Probably said too much after half number 1. Probably jinxed him a little bit there, but we'll have to see what happens. So I guess we still have a caution. It's just much less likely now with 20 laps to go here. We're already pretty spread out, so. Gilberto probably going to be coming down pit road this time. I would only imagine that car having about 2 more laps of fuel at the max. And there he comes.
Is.
There's pit road entry, and there is the 99 of Gilberto Javier Gamera. Daniel Gore has taken the lead of the race. He's got a 1.8 second lead on the 09 of James Miller. Then it's a 5.3 back to Noah Brown. So we are quite rightfully spread out in this half number 2. 19 laps to go so far. But that also means we should finish this one a little bit quicker than half 1. Actually, while we have a moment, let's just, now that we have re-racked the entire top 10, let's go through it real quick. Daniel Gore, and then James Miller will be second. Noah Brown third. Johnny Eckert fourth. Ty McIntosh, Dave Carpenter, Ray Bracey should be in front of DJ Weeks, I believe. Actually, DJ Weeks is in front of Ray Bracey, so Ray Bracey and then Eric Ziegel. And that should be your top 10 once we cycle through.
So we're looking at Bracey and Ziegel battling with each other. Ray on the comeback train, as we've talked about so far. A great recovery up to P8.
Doing a great job with that as well. Not an easy thing to come to a road course where there is about 1/2 of a passing opportunity and make passes when something like that happens. So doing a great job here tonight. Showing a lot of racecraft with doing that. It's easy enough to go out there and make laps as fast as you can when you're the only one on the track. It's a whole other thing to do that with other cars and do it cleanly and do it without causing a problem. So good job to Ray on that one. A little bit sideways there.
Yeah, Ziegel having to catch it.
That's a theme we've seen really all race through half 1 and half 2. Just it seems like a lot of these drivers having some trouble putting the power down off of turn 7. There's Thomas Capuano in the pit road. Scheduled stop for him. Go on board with Ray Bracey here through turn number 3. I believe, actually turn number 5, I believe that is. We come back onto the main straight of Suzuka.
Oh, Ziegel off, and he's having to make a big save.
That looked more like Eldora a couple weeks ago in the lights than it did Suzuka, but got that car under control. And all good for him. I think he lost 2 spots from it, but probably could have lost a lot more. See what happened in the replay. Right on the back of that 7 of Bracy. Makes the move inside. Just, they're all clean through here, but just, I mean, nothing any driver did wrong. I think Ziegel might have opened the steering just a second to give some room to Bray, which is a fair play. But it threw him off the track there. So,
yeah, it's like what I talked about earlier with the incident between Eckert and I think it was Staff on the inside. You know, it's just a very narrow part of the track. You just can't really go too wide there without some sort of contact or near contact. So just a fortunate break for Siegel. It cost him a couple spots.
We're on board here with Darren Staff. He's currently in the 9th position, so a little bit of work for him to do. That's Ray Bracy and DJ Weeks going at it right in front of him for the 7th spot. So once they figure it out, he might be able to get 2. Looking for 1 on Ray Bracy here through turn 4, excuse me. This will be turn 5. We see Suzuka's famous Ferris wheel over there to the right, and then we make the hard right back onto the main straight here. Very bumpy too. You can see those cars are waddling all over the place.
Absolutely.
And of course, that little shortcut, that little turn 7 shortcut when you come from turn 6 back onto the main straight, that's really not going to be a part of the track that's maintained too incredibly well. Of course, this track is probably going to cater mostly to the main layout where F1 and all the Super GT and all the other series run. That little shortcut's probably going to be the most bumpiest part of the track that can possibly exist around this part of the world. So, probably just something you'll see there. A good little battle here. They are all going at it. Ziegel and Staff, Bracy through turn 7. And it looks like Ziegel on the very inside there hitting every single bump and keeps it under control.
Got a furled black flag though.
Oh no, you gotta slow down for that. Oh,
No,
that's
has to.
so rough.
That was that's one of the instances where I'd say iRacing. I don't think anyone really gained a whole lot there. So sideways is Darren Staff. Gonna keep it all straight there. This is the battle for P8 currently, and they're all behind this driver, DJ Weeks. DJ Weeks having a pretty good little run. He finished P20 in half number 1, but having a good run here. Currently in 7th so far. You're not missing anything at the front. The gap is 3.5 seconds between Gore and Miller, and it is extending by ever so slightly per lap. So this is the best battle on the track, a little bit further on back currently. Not too far behind. Sorry, I was just going to bring up the Santiago Aguirre has gotten himself into the battle there in the 11th spot.
Yeah, he's had his own struggles tonight, but he's done a great job reeling everyone back in and taking advantage why all of these guys have been throwing haymakers at each other.
And Santi is he's the epitome of resilience. Whether he's having a bad night or a good night, he is going to stick it out and be there for his team. So doing a great job there.
And providing money to the Santiago Aguirre Memorial Swear Jar.
That yeah, we might actually
He's not dead.
Going. He is not yet. After the amount of money he has to pay to the swear jar, though, we'll see. Maybe it'll be a bit of a different story. But doing a good job here in P11. I mean, with one wrong move of one driver, he could be in position number 7. So, a good little run here. And we're kind of seeing the groups forming again. We're near the end of the race, only 10 laps to go, but there is a a little bit of a group for second between James Miller and Noah Brown. That battle is starting to heat up just a little bit. Noah has tracked the 09 down ever so slightly and trying to get back up in that second spot where he finished half number 1. And that number 5 of Eric Ziegel, if I could say that correctly, he's committed himself to hitting every bump down there. Every single lap he's doing it, and it's fun to watch. I'm not sure if it feels comfortable for him, but either way, we're loving to see it.
Yeah, might as well. Yeah, get the lowrider theme going with how the front's bouncing up like it's got the hydraulics.
Thrasher here in the chat saying they woke up so late. Well, you missed.
There's contact!
Oh, yep, there they go.
It's going around. So, I'm not sure if Staff got into him or if he got loose and Darren had nowhere to go. I couldn't quite tell from initial angle there.
I don't think Staff had it. From what I saw, I think Ziegel just kind of, he just kind of cooked it.
Yeah.
I mean, Staff finished him off, but yeah.
Yeah, poor Darren had nowhere to go and just finished the drive off.
So, fortunately, really nothing Darren could have done there. Just Eric was I don't know if he was gonna loop it there, but he had lost so much speed that if there was anyone nearby, they were gonna hit him. So could have been a great save. Unfortunate for both parties, but either way, everybody does live to get to fight another day. A little bit further on down the road, Ray Bracey, he's got himself up into the 7th spot, and that comeback trail continues for him. Nice and steady and unspectacular, but it's pretty much just what we would expect from Ray Bracey. We'll see what happened here. Oh, he's off in the gravel. I think no, that's when he went off in the gravel, actually, here in turn 7.
And carried too much speed and playing in the sand.
And really, once you get out there, there's so much gravel and dirt and debris and just all sorts of stuff that you don't really need on your tires that it really, you got to stop almost to get back going again. So a little bit further on up at the front, the battle for the 2nd spot has the gap has dwindled down to just about nothing there. Miller and Brown, 2 drivers we've seen have some issues in past seasons, but none so far this season. They've been clean and green, just as green as that number 65 so far. I think that 65 definitely is the faster car at the moment. It's going to be a matter of getting around James, driver who is not particularly easy to pass. He knows how to put his car where you really don't need it to be, and he can keep that position under fire. And hitting those same bumps that Eric Ziegel was hitting a couple laps ago. James Miller is 5.1 seconds behind Gore at the moment. So really, at this stage, Daniel Gore, he could get on the plane and still win the race. He's that far out front. Just in cruise control mode, trying to click off these next 6 laps of the race while they fight for it on back. The number 09, a little bit wiggly in the back. I think that might explain the speed difference between these 2 cars at the moment. I think the 09's rear tires are probably a little bit more cooked than Noah Brown's, at least from a visual inspection.
Yeah, you see the 65 is a lot more planted in the rear end. He's able to get on the power a little better, but it's not giving him a whole lot in terms of an advantage over the 09 to get the pass done, unfortunately for him.
Not quite at the moment, but 5 more laps to go here. Not a whole lot of time. About 4.5 minutes of racing left to go here. And we could have a battle for 7th here between Darren Staff and Ray Bracey before it's all said and done. up at the top of the screen. That's Aaron Evans and David Westergreen going at it. DJ Weeks, what did something happen to him? I feel like he's...
Yeah, quite a bit away from the guys he was battling. 10 seconds behind Darren's staff. Or, no, 3 seconds. I could not read the 8 as a 0 at first.
I think he's fallen off a little bit, but not too much. Aaron and D West, I think, are just they're just lapped down. So DJ might be just nursing it to the end here, maybe just clicking off of some laps. 2 behind or no consequence to him. They could pass him and he would still be P9 with about a 3-second gap back to Santi behind him. So really no point in fighting the battle that's not his. Battle for second still going at it. Still going on. Miller and Brown have not figured it out just yet. And it's 3 laps to go here at Suzuka. Ooh, Staff and Bracey going at it. We saw these two get into it in half number 1. We'll see if they rehash it. Aaron Evans, he's gotten it wrong and off into the gravel. Oh, caution!
Oh, we got caution!
Big!
What?
Okay.
What was that for? I don't... Let me...
Okie dokie then?
We'll see where that was at, but that's going to give us a green-white checker, I believe.
Danny Gore probably
Absolutely,
not happy
so.
with that.
So that'll be interesting on the strategy. Do you pit or do you stay out?
I don't think these
I
guys
think
have
you
their
stay
out.
tires.
I think that should be correct.
No, they do.
Should be
they
one
have
set in
2
the
sets
pit.
of tires. Oh wait, but yeah, the set you start the race with. No, you're right. Hey, yeah, I had a little. My internet just died. So I think I'm live now. Yeah, okay, guys, I'm live. Radio style broadcast. Please tell me what's going on.
Well, we're going to have a green-white checker here. And it looks like everyone is pitting. Well, everyone at the front's pitting, but we have a split strategy. So we are going to have a restart of restarts here.
I need to message Vic and let him know, hey, please extend.
So we got some technical issues going on here. We will get this all sorted out. You're not missing anything. We're still under caution. Still under a caution that maybe should not have existed, but that's...
Well, I mean, honestly,
not for us to be.
if the caution did not
might have
come out,
helped
we
us
would have
here.
missed. We would have missed the end.
Yeah, it might have actually helped us here. So we'll call it a 3-white TV caution, like the NASCAR has Fox cautions apparently now.
Peter Short saying they first saw Carlos's issue. Right now, my issue is that iRacing, that little thing that says like join race isn't like switching over.
Oh, you got to
okay.
restart your UI.
No, yeah, I just did it. It worked now.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get a quick little field recap while Carlos gets set up here. It looks like Dave Carpenter is your leader, followed by Ray Bracey. It looks like Johnny Eckert's going to be in third, Ty McIntosh fourth, Daniel Gore in fifth, James Miller in sixth, Noah Brown in 7th, Dallas Myhand in 8th, DJ Weeks in 9th, and Santiago Aguirre in 10th. So, if the cards fall right, Dave Carpenter, how about that?
Yeah,
Cool
this
story
might,
for him.
yeah, we might be getting a unexpected winner here in the middle of a whole lot of unexpected. I don't even know what to call this at this point, but it's all unexpected.
Unexpected for sure. Never know what you're going to get with an OSCA race. That's why we love it. Like a box of chocolates or whatever that movie quote.
Damn
way
it! I
back
was
in the day.
just about to say that. Damn it! Stop reading my mind, Cam. Oh boy. Well, great minds think alike, I suppose.
Hey, I mean, if that's what I got to be great, then I'll take the compliment.
Hey, we are back.
All right. Well, welcome back, everyone. If you just came back, you're not seeing anything incorrectly. That is Dave Carpenter up in the lead. We had a caution here with 2 laps to go at Suzuka, and with that, we had a bit of a split strategy, and we had some drivers stay out. We had some drivers pit, and the first driver that pitted is going to be in 5th on this restart. So these last couple laps here at Suzuka, I wouldn't miss them. They're going to be fun. They're going to be laps. They're going to be laps to complete this race, whether they're good laps or bad laps for some drivers, but definitely will see what we're going to get. And pace strict lights are off, so we are going to be finishing this one up here in just a few moments. I'll re-rack the top 10 here again. Just for anyone that may not have seen it, it's Dave Carpenter is your leader. He's on the left side of your screen. Ray Bracey on the right side. He's going to line up in 2nd. Then it's Johnny Eckert, Ty McIntosh, Daniel Gore, half one winner. He is on the right side of your screen. Going to be lining up on the outside. Then it's James Miller, Noah Brown, Dallas Myhand, and DJ Weeks, Santiago Aguirre. That's your top 10 for these final 2 laps here. It's going to be a green-white checker, so 50-minute lap times. It's going to be about a, minute and a half race, plus or minus, so not a whole lot of time.
Some more shenanigans going on in racetrack.
Yeah, OSCA radio is, that needs to be a separate little thing. We just need to get the radio broadcasts, get demonetized or deactivated or whatever.
It is a separate thing. Check out Quick Shifts on the Bojo channel.
The ones that we can actually show. Well, there we go. Pace truck is off. The field is in the hands of Dave Carpenter, your current leader. We'll see what happens here on the restart. Good restart for him. He gets about a car length and a half lead over the 8 of Ty McIntosh behind him, but we'll see what Ray Bracey can do on that outside lane. Johnny Eckert looking for 3 wide in turn number 1. We'll see who has the biggest end. Here comes Aaron Miller sideways. They keep it straight, though.
Someone yeeted it off. I think that was Gilberto.
Way off hit, but I think he and Ty Alcasa off there as well. Noah Brown, here comes the 90 of Eckert all over the curb, bouncing. They are all sorts of everywhere on this racetrack.
Noah Brown sideways. What a save.
Dave Carpenter actually looking pretty good right now with all this mess behind him, but here is Daniel Gore on the outside of Ray Bracey into turn number 7. We have 3 laps to go. We're going to have 2 to go at the line.
Oh, this is not a green-white checkered?
I believe we should be. Did we get the
We're at 2 to go.
No, I don't think we didn't get the white flag yet. So whatever that was, not a green-white checker. But here comes Johnny Eckert. He sends it too much, I think. Way off.
Oh my goodness!
Way off. Johnny Eckert.
66 going off as well. Everyone's going off.
He got that all sorts of wrong, and through all that, Dave Carpenter has kept the lead. And here's Daniel Gore. Daniel Gore trying to find a way around that 71. Dave Carpenter, he's not won in this series in a long, long time. How aggressive will Daniel Gore get to get that win? He's won half one. He's won most of the road course races this season. Here he comes through turn 7. Not quite enough just yet. Looking for that big run down the front stretch. Dave Carpenter is keeping his car just in front of Daniel Gore. Last lap here at Suzuka. They are nose to tail into turn number 1. Here comes Daniel Gore. I don't think Dave Carpenter is going to be doing much about this. Here comes, oh my goodness! Here comes Miller. What happened there?
James Miller. Oh.
What happened there?
James just sent it from oblivion and just ran over Dave Carpenter.
What? Was that an intentional for something, or like was that just a mistake?
I can't even. The corner.
Yeah, he just airmailed it, but that is a massive bummer for what probably would have been a pretty popular top 3 for Dave Carpenter.
Yeah, so that's just
Ray
just a
Bracey.
huge miscalculation.
Bracey, no! Ray Bracey.
Oh, wow. And across the line, it's Daniel Gore right in front of Ty McIntosh, and then there's Noah Brown. He's going to come home in 3rd, and Ziegel, Staff, Weeks, Eckert, Myhan, Rutt, and Aguirre finish out your top 10. And my goodness, what an absolute crazy finish to that half. I don't even know where to start about that one.
Yeah. That truly one of the endings of all time right there.
Yes, absolutely. Well, you can say what you want about the caution, but we did get the end of the race. Daniel Gore comes home with the win just ahead of Ty McIntosh in P2, and then Noah Brown continues his good run of form lately with another top 3 result in the 3rd position. But we'll let these drivers get their thoughts collected and get settled here. I definitely think I want to have a word with Dave Carpenter before it's all said and done tonight. But we'll get your results going here. Daniel Gore with another win. Ty McIntosh in 2nd. Noah Brown comes home in 3rd. Eric Ziegel 4th. Darren Staff in 5th. DJ Weeks, a good run for him in 6th. Johnny Eckert in 7th. Dallas Myhan in 8th. Neil Rutt in 9th. And Santiago Aguirre in 10th. Gilberto Javier Gomera comes home in 11th. 12th is Dave Carpenter. Probably could have been a top 5 for him. Just a disappointing end on the last lap for him. Patrick Hahey in 13th. 14th is James Miller. 15th, Jordan Tarble. Ray Bracey, 16th. 17th is Aaron Evans. Tyler Alcus in 18th. 19th is David Westergreen. Thomas Capuano in 20th. Dylan Thomas, 21st. Adam Peeler, 22nd. And Tristan Millett did not start the race. He comes home with a credited last place finish on the night. Oh, yep. Adam Peeler there as well. Did not start from what I can see.
I want to quickly, before we even get anybody else, I kind of just want to see what happened. He is so far back.
It's like he didn't even brake. Like, if didn't know any better, you'd swear he just would have completely lost brakes.
Yeah, usually when I see something like that, the driver who's doing that's very upset with the driver getting punted. But I don't think James would do that, and I don't see what James would have against Dave, because I don't think they were even around each other. So I'm just a bit confused on what actually caused that or what, because it was a bit of a strange situation. But either way, we'll go ahead and get some interviews rolling for you. And I think let's get third place up here, and you can go ahead and take him, James.
Alrighty. Alrighty. Man, I completely forgot who even finished third through all that chaos. Noah Brown. James in the booth, you got a copy?
Yeah.
Well, take us through what the world was the end to half two.
I don't know. I threw a bad move in the last corner on Ray. Ray should be in here, but I threw a bad move, and I completely understand that. But shouldn't have been a caution. That's what I'll say.
Yeah, what was your thoughts about the development? I think everyone pretty much has a different opinion on how this transpired.
I don't really have an opinion. Honestly, I have an opinion, but I'm gonna leave that to the professionals. So, I mean, I just don't know.
Well, on a lighter note, you had a heck of a battle towards the end of half one, battling for position. It was a pretty clean one, all things considered. Just talk us through that, and how much fun that was, and we had a lot of fun watching it, honestly.
Sorry, you're referring to half one, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, half one, it was just a patience game there. We played the strategy right, and we were in it the whole way through. So I was just being patient behind him, waiting for moves to become available without trying to force it. And it ended up working out that I didn't have to boss anybody out of the way too much. But, yeah, the Darren and I think Ray put up a really good battle there. Definitely wasn't easy, I'll tell you that much.
That it wasn't. Well, it was definitely an interesting night for you, interesting night for all of us. Any sponsors, plugs, and shout-outs you'd like to give?
Shout out to the people that put up with me week to week. I'm apparently a tool, but, I understand that. I'm trying to do better.
Alright, well, we appreciate you, Noah, and hopefully we're talking to you again next week.
Yep.
All right, before he boot scoots on out of here, I want to see if we can get a word with as I say that, I think he did just boot scoot on out of here. Dave Carper. Well, Dave, if you're listening, I'd love for you to come back into Discord. We can get a chat, get a bit of a word with you. Want to see what his perspective of that was, and plus a good run, all things considered, before that. But if he does not come back in here, we'll go ahead and drag Ty up here. Ty McIntosh is scamming up in the booth. You got a copy?
Sure do, buddy.
Well, awesome, man. A second place finish on the night. And I mean, around you and behind you, there was a lot of beating and banging and argy-bargy going on. Tell us about your race.
Yeah, I mean, first half, I don't know. Danny and I haven't talked about it. We probably will. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Things happen. Just want to try to figure out, what happened there. But second half, I mean, we fought through most of the first half. I took 2 tires, and it ended up not working as well. But the second half, started third, got to second quick, passed Checkert for the lead, led a couple, and then just fell back trying to save tire, and went long, took 4. Probably wasn't going to catch Johnny at all. I was making some mistakes, and then that yellow came out. And I don't know if it should have been a yellow or not. We went back and looked at it, and it's something. But yeah, no, and then the restart, we delayed it, and some guys ran out of gas, and some people got clobbered, and my teammate got killed. I yelled at Noah for it, and I'm upset because Ray drove his ass off and just got clobbered in the last corner. So I'm a little frustrated for him. Yeah, no, I don't even know. I might not even actually finish second. Vic said something about maybe calling it a lap sooner. I don't know. This has been, pardon my French, a shit show. So I'm a little disappointed with this whole night in general, to say the least.
Yeah, that certainly seems to be the case. I mean, up here from the booth, I didn't. We were struggling to find a cause for the yellow. I guess just objectively as a fact, we didn't really see a reason for it. But either way, I mean, it happened. But a P8 in half number 1 and a P2 in half number 2. I mean, with the luck you've had all season, anything like that is a good omen for things to come. But 2 weeks, I know we have one of your favorite tracks coming up, Daytona. You're pretty good there. I've seen you run there. You know what you're doing. You can usually get things done. How are you looking forward to that one?
I mean, I feel pretty good. I felt like Talladega went pretty well with us. Me, Bojo, and D-West, we've been on plate tracks working really well together for the last couple seasons. And, I mean, even Gilly, you add Gilly to the mix, and Gilly knows what he's doing, and he needs some good luck. I know he ran pretty good tonight, but some good luck needs to fall his way too. So I think from a team perspective, I think we're going to have a great night here in 2 weeks. I hope one of us finally gets it done. I think we should be able to. We know how this car works inside and out. So I feel great.
And we're gonna see the return, I guess, of that absolutely insane 2020 era plate package where they were all running quickly and the draft was just OP insane and all that. Probably the coolest draft package we've had in recent times, but gonna be really cool in the sim. But before we let you go, any shout outs you want to give us?
Absolutely. Traders Brewing, everything that they do, everybody at Southern Speed Co. Ray, I'm sorry, buddy, you didn't get the finish you deserved. D West, he drove fantastic all night. He was talking about how he was disappointed in the second half that he was getting his usual finish there, and he did fantastic though. Gilly did great. I already mentioned that earlier though, but everybody that is an associate sponsor for me, 3Wide TV, obviously you guys are the goats. Banks Designs, Weekend Woodsman. I want to shout out my dad, my mom. I know they're watching. We had a pretty tough week. We lost one of my cats, unfortunately, so we were able to get a Cleo memorial sticker on the side of the car. That was probably one of my favorite things, and to finish second with it, that feels pretty good.
Absolutely. I will just make a little small note here that I did almost make a note about D West's good run in half number 1. I stopped myself, and he did continue the run. So
I'm glad you did.
Yeah. I saw there that things were not gonna go the way I wanted, and then I finally made it. I did give him a shout out after it was all said and done and the race ended that he did get that good run that I was going to bring up. But yeah, definitely good to see that.
Yeah, no, I had to hype him up a little bit, so I'm glad you didn't jinx.
Well, thank you for talking to us. I mean, good run, and we'll probably be talking to you next week.
I hope so.
All right, that was P2 finisher Ty McIntosh, and winner Danny G is having a cup of tea somewhere down here. We'll drag him up, and James will get with him.
Danny G, James in the booth, you got a copy.
I got you.
Well, this race was fairly straightforward there for a while. We saw you having to make a few moves there towards the beginning. You had a pretty good battle with you, Miller, and Johnny Eckert. Just take us through how that battle went with you and some of the other top guys on road courses here in the series.
Oh, it was fun. Eckert was hard to get by, a lot harder than I was expecting. I was kind of during the warm up with the little time I had left after the interview. I was like kind of just scanning through, seeing that's some good passing opportunities. Maybe didn't really get to do a whole lot of it in the first half, and seemed like a lot of people were doing it on exit of the last corner, and then kind of into what would it be, like 3 or 4 the first DSs. But I honestly felt I was able to break a lot later going into one, and that would let me get side by side with them. But with Jekyll, that wasn't possible. I had to kind of reel it in a little bit, just wait for his tires to go off, and then make the move when it mattered. And thankfully got by him. Had some good tire saving there in the second half, especially until yeah, the inevitable happened. And
Yeah. But before we touch on that, what was your strategy going into this half? Were you making any changes to the strategy you employed there in half one?
No, I played it exactly the same. Aim for the halfway. If someone pits before me, pit the lap after. And I don't know if it was picked up on the broadcast, but James came out pushing me through turn 1 and 2, so I'm kind of glad I came in when I did.
Now, I gotta ask, what was going through your mind when the yellow flag started waving?
I was saying things I probably can't say here, so yeah. And I don't feel like donating to the swear jar today, so yeah, no, it wasn't good. I look back at the caution that caused it. It wasn't really, in my opinion, anywhere near caution worthy, and really screwed me. But I mean, I guess we'll have to wait and see how it turns out in the end. I'm hearing things that, oh, it may be -1 lap, but is that really fair? I don't know. So I'm just gonna wait, and hopefully he lets it either run out or does something, because I'm not really going to be too happy if it gets stripped away. Even though I'm way ahead, people can say what they want, it's still not really fair in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, still a heck of a run. Any sponsors, plugs, and shout-outs you want to give?
Oh, I just want to thank my team. You guys, Jordan. That's about it.
Well, we sure do appreciate you, Danny, and hopefully we're talking to you again next week.
Appreciate it.
All right, well, just what every race fan loves to see. Uncertainty at the end of the race. Of the results.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
hopefully we can get that resolved before too long. And we will hopefully, I mean, I guess best case scenario, just on what we can deliver you, hopefully the results stand as is, just so nothing funny will be announced next week, or excuse me, in 2 weeks. We will be off next week. So next time that the OSCA World Cup will be racing will be on October 2nd. We will be at Daytona for it's going to be an absolute slugfest there. We know how Daytona goes. We know how OSCA races go. It's going to be a great one. So I guess before we sign off here, James, any final thoughts on tonight?
I mean, it was a heck of a night of racing. Everything was really wild, all over the place. It was, to me, one of the more exciting road course nights of the season. Fortunately, a bit of a black cloud hanging over it, so remains to be seen what happens after this. But yeah, a bit of a bummer how everything ended up from what was a pretty good night of racing.
I'd have to agree with that as a race fan myself. So hopefully everything gets sorted, and just a congrats to Daniel Gore. Perfect night, led qualifying, won both races, and just what we expect out of that 69 car. But that's all we have for you guys tonight. I'm Cameron Rich with James Watson and Carlos Acosta. We hope you guys have a good one.